Hey everyone, Coach K here. In this video, we're going to explore something that you may not think I would actually talk about. What a blockchain is not. It is always good to know the limitations of anything, even blockchain technology. There's one thing for sure, blockchain can't make you dinner. Let's get cooking.
Fat kiddo, fat kiddo.
Hey guys, Coach K here. So I'm going to talk today about what blockchains aren't, what they don't do, and what they won't fix. So keep calm because I'll fix everything. That's what a lot of people think. Blockchain is the savior. It's gonna, blast us into this new dimension. And the technology is amazing, but it's not gonna do what a lot of people have led you on to believe. Because what a blockchain is a distributed ledger that basically is immutable and you can't change. And for some things you need to change, like for example, if you get a speeding ticket and after a certain amount of years those go away, how do you do that in an immutable ledger? It's always going to be with you, or if you're a young offender, or any of those types of things. So there's some negative things that blockchain is not going to solve, and databases will be better to have. So basically, this is kind of what last year was like. Yeah, we should focus on blockchains, can change everything, blah blah, can say everything about it. And then what is actually blockchain? Also artificial intelligence. So like basically totally like missed the whole point of what blockchain is, right? So blockchain is not the savior, okay? It's not God, it's not Jesus, it's not anyone, okay? So this is a joke, obviously. He is not this person, okay? Blockchain is a technology. Let's keep that real straightforward. Blockchain's tech, that's all it is. And it's useful for many different things, but it can't fix some things. And I'll give you an example of one. Kind of sad though. The human rights issues. A blockchain cannot fix racism, it cannot fix child abuse, and it cannot fix human trafficking. Now, things can be put in place, like ways that we move things around in the world can be put on shipping records, so people are sending people illegally to different locations. Things like that may be a lot more easy to figure out, as well as biometric scanning, putting that on the blockchain so you know who is who. That could stop human trafficking. But some of these things cannot be just solved with a blockchain. There's still human effort that has to go into some of these things that we have as problems in the world right now. But blockchain can quantitatively ease it potentially. What are blockchains good for? So obviously we have smart contracts. So we have trustees, wagers, escrows, digital rights. So basically, if you do this, you get that. It's in a contract. It's not a legal contract. They're not really that smart, but they actually do their job. Okay. They've had hacks before as well, so they're not perfect yet. But the technology is going to make it a better system for everyone. So we can use it as digital currency for pretty much everything. And eventually I believe that we will use it for every single day-to-day life. And even if our grandparents will never understand it, there'll be apps that they are forced to basically use that convert, their cash into crypto to buy stuff potentially. So I believe that will come in the next 10 to 15 years. So record keeping, obviously, if you want to keep tight records, and you put them on a blockchain, that's great. But there's another negative thing in healthcare. You don't want to put your medical records publicly on the blockchain. That's private information. No one wants to have that information out there. So what they'll do is actually use a private blockchain within the hospital's network that isn't shared with anyone but potential doctors, and they'll have clearance to get in there. And that can't be done on a public ledger. That has to be done on a private ledger. And also within private ledgers, they're kind of not technically blockchains because they put in backend solutions. Like say if your medical information was put in wrong, they could change it. If they didn't have that opportunity to do that, blockchain's really bad for medical, right? So technically what I'm saying is using a real blockchain would not be very beneficial to some industries. It would be great to know as an insurance company, for example, that someone has gone to 4 doctors and have been sick before with the same illness, and now they know that like you're trying to abuse this insurance system to get a free surgery, for example, something along those lines. So they can find out if you're being abusive. So there are really good use cases for blockchains, but it's not for everything. It will not solve all the problems. but the technology is revolutionary. You add in AI to blockchains to become smarter, and over time I believe this is going to explode and probably revolutionize how we actually spend money. So yeah, basically what blockchains aren't is good to know, but they are a heck of a lot of great stuff, and that's what you need to remember. All right, Coach K, see you later. Go tell me what a blockchain isn't.
Fat candle, fat candle, fat candle, huge fat candle.